When it comes to trauma, most people are aware of the flight, fight, and freeze response, but fawning is often overlooked. And fawning is when you learn to survive through being overly agreeable, self-sacrificing, or emotionally invisible. And fawning usually stems from the root of people-pleasing, codependency, and emotional burnout. So for today's video, I'm going to go over how it starts, some signs, as well as how you can work through it if you notice this is something that you struggle with. So if you're interested, let's get into it. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyy. Thank you so much for joining me for today's topic because it's definitely an important one, especially if you are on your healing journey and working through overcoming trauma. So this video is going to be really good, especially for anybody that struggles with people-pleasing, codependency, or has experienced any form of emotional or mental abuse. So when it comes to fawning, it's similar to people-pleasing in the sense that you abandon your needs to make other people happy, and it stems from complex trauma. And so the survival mechanism when it comes to fawning is, if I keep others happy, I'll be safe. And this is usually common if you've been in a lot of narcissistic or emotional abusive situations or environments.
The first major sign of fawning is if you apologize constantly without even having done anything wrong. So this isn't just about being polite, but it's a subconscious survival mechanism. And when you grow up in environments where conflict felt dangerous, your brain learns that if you stay small and apologetic, that person won't get upset. So you may notice that you say sorry for things like asking a question, existing in someone's space, feeling emotional, or needing help. So with this, you can start by replacing sorry with thank you for understanding or I appreciate your patience. Another sign of fawning is when you suppress your needs and opinions to avoid conflict. So if you notice that you get a lump in your throat whenever you want to speak up, so you push it down, and maybe you don't want to say how you're feeling because you're scared that person will leave, they'll lash out, or you'll be seen as too much. And this usually happens because you were taught that your needs weren't important or that you expressing them would lead to rejection or punishment. And although you stay silent to keep the peace, deep down you're building resentment, confusion, and even losing a sense of yourself. Sign number 3 is if you're hyper aware of others' moods. So this is when you walk into a room and immediately scan the energy, checking if everybody's okay, if you did anything wrong, and you're constantly tuned in to how other people feel, not out of empathy, but out of survival. Maybe you had to do this growing up or in a relationship where someone's mood dictated the whole environment. Now, this next sign is if you feel guilty for resting or saying no. So if rest makes you anxious or saying no makes you feel like a bad person, this is a huge sign. And you might feel like you owe people your time, your energy, or your support 24/7, even when your cup is empty. But saying no is not rejection, it's protection. It's so important to protect your energy and your peace. And if you aren't used to doing this, it may feel uncomfortable at first, but after being able to say no and protect your energy, you're going to feel a lot better. And not only that, but it will also help you to show up for the people that you care about in a healthier way, because once your cup is full, it's a lot easier for you to help others. And the last sign is when you confuse peace with people not being mad at you. Real peace is inner calm, not just avoiding other people's anger. So if you only feel safe when everyone around you seems happy or unbothered, you might be linking peace with approval. A few of the ways that fawning begins are in childhood environments where love felt conditional, or caregivers who punish independence or expression, as well as a nervous system trained to avoid danger through submission. But it also comes with its costs. So some of the costs of fawning are identity loss, resentment in relationships, and burnout, plus chronic anxiety. And some ways to overcome this, if you notice that you struggle with that, is by beginning to notice your automatic yes and pause. So you don't have to jump right away at helping somebody or giving somebody a yes once they ask you for something, but checking in with yourself first to see if you have the emotional or mental capacity. You can also do this by practicing tiny boundaries and reconnecting with your desires and preferences, which is something that I noticed really helped me because it allowed me to get back to what I felt was important to me, things that I needed for myself, rather than always focusing on others outside of me.
So I want to leave this video by saying that you don't have to earn your worth by disappearing, and you're not a burden. Your emotions are valid and important. So make sure that you're not suppressing what you feel due to your trauma and the things that you've experienced from being expressive. But that is it for this video. I do hope that you guys enjoyed and that you found it useful. If you did, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out and much love.